Alright, looks like we're live. So we got Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes here between a race between Aerlien and Plywood. And I believe this is round two for counting the last marathon.
It's round three, and I think Plywood's won twice.
Oh man, we got Aerlien's gonna have to catch up some ground here.
Hmm.
So this is Twin Snakes on normal mode. It's got its own bag of tricks that separates itself from extreme. And you'll see those as they crop up. It's quite interesting. So I think we're getting the race ready here. Probably they're probably getting their own countdown started.
Right. So yeah, before this started, they set up the options to the most optimal setting, which is they turned radar off and they set the equipment change button to previous instead of unequipped. Those are minor technical changes, but that'll help them throughout the run.
Yeah, when you have it on a instead of unequipped, you have it on swap, whatever it was called. It just swaps between your current item and the last one you had equipped. Because there's a lot of there's a few interesting tricks and strats that involve using that kind of setup where you want to switch between two things real quick. And radar off, it just skips a cutscene that would happen that saves about like 3 or 4 seconds.
So the interesting thing about Twin Snakes is that over the last couple of months, the run's changed quite a bit, and there might be some new tech that we see in this run.
Yeah, I'm curious if either of them will go for it. I think Airlien will, but I'm not sure if Plywood will. He might play it safe.
I think Aerlien will because he's been practicing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and Plywood equips the cigarettes right off the
Well,
bat.
is he doing black lung?
That's gonna be dicey. Oh,
Oh, they
Aerlien.
both do. What is this? I was not
Sounds
informed
like
of this. All right, they must have agreed to this or something.
yeah. I don't think the
So yeah,
guards care very much if you're smoking or not. But Naomi does call you to chastise you over your poor just help decisions. So, but it's not a mandatory call, so you can decide not to pick it up.
yeah, and Plywood has a caution. Doesn't that hold up the elevator coming?
Oh, oh, jeez.
Yeah. So anyone
uh,
that knows Metal Gear Solid One, it's just like it's same thing in this game where you have to wait out in this area until the elevator comes. But I think
I,
having this MGS2 mechanic, the caution, might hold it up. He might be at a disadvantage already.
I don't think it stops the timer, but it prevents the elevator from coming down. So if the caution ends before the elevator's arrival time, he should be okay. We'll
Yeah,
know
he
soon enough.
he might be fine though, because if it doesn't, if it just prevents it, then he might be okay. Because the elevator should start appearing at around like 155 ish. So we'll see what happens in just a few seconds here. Okay, it
Okay,
did.
yeah,
That's
he
good
got
to
his
know.
letter. Yeah, it only prevents it from coming down. It doesn't stop the timer.
All right, that's good. If he did that caution any later, it would have been a big problem.
Slightly disappointed that they're not using the latest strat to get in the elevator that saves half a second. But I guess it's understandable because it's a race.
Yeah, I think isn't that strat really risky?
But yes, yes, if he spots you, the run's over.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we can't have that.
So here you're gonna get a bunch of story calls from all the people in the submarine that are watching you. Obviously, both Alien and Plywood are gonna skip through these.
All right, so we got a interesting strat here to get through this guard and skipping the surveillance camera cutscene. And yeah, it looks like they both got it. I think Plywood's was a little bit slower, but the strat is
Right.
to just run up to him, hit him with 3 trank darts, and then make sure the third one hits after he spots you, so you don't get the surveillance camera cutscene.
Plywood got shot, I think. Well, Alien got a clean roll through him.
Right. And so here you notice that they're spamming their right trigger a lot. For some reason, if you spam an item like a handgun, grenades, or something like that while you're crawling it, you move like somewhere between 10-15% faster. Do you remember how much it was?
It's 13%.
Okay, it's like smack dab in the middle. Yeah, it's slightly faster. No one likes doing it, but it's faster, and it does because you come into this room and all the guards are already on their movement patterns. Then it means if you do this, then you'll come out and they'll be at a different position compared to if you didn't.
Right. You kind of have to do it here so the guard doesn't spot you. So they're both. But Plywood's life is draining because he's in the bleeding status because he got shot by that one guard. But he has a ration, so he should be okay.
Are they both still using their SIGs?
No, they put him
Oh.
away.
I still gotta ask them what's the deal with that, but either way, yeah, Plywood's health isn't doing good, but they got rations, so it's fine.
Right. The thing with normal is there's so many rations everywhere that there's really no risk of dying in a run. The only risk you have of losing lots of time if you try really YOLO strats. The one place you could die is the laser hallway.
Yeah, I was going to mention that if anyone saw the last race in the previous marathon, yeah, there was a bunch of laser game overs by Aerlien, so let's see if he fixes that.
That's literally the only spot you can die in the normal run.
Oh, and don't forget the infamous drop at the end of the game.
Oh, right.
That one's gotten many of us. So, saved DARPA Chief here, and oh no, he's actually dead. Whoops. And then we hear poor Johnny getting beat up by Meryl. And if we just saw MGS4, so it's kind of funny to see that or funny to hear rather that Johnny just keeping watch on the prisoners, and then his future wife beats him up.
Wow, what a story.
Dang, poor Johnny. So here we got the prison encounter, where we got waves of dudes to take down. And right at the start, they're going to grab the SOCOM pistol and then try to do a lineup on these guys and shoot them in the head. Looks like Plywood got the lineup, but Aerlien didn't.
Right,
but
right.
Might make a slight difference.
Yeah. So because of the large number of like RNG events and precise execution required here, someone can take an early lead.
Yeah, you got the soldier behavior on top of your own accuracy and how you react to what they do. And it looks like Aerlien is ahead. Oh, and one came in on Plywood and punched him. That's definitely what you don't want.
I think Meryl shot the fire extinguisher on Plywood's game, and then that stunned someone, either Snake or a guard or something.
Yeah, no one likes it when Meryl does that out of nowhere. It really ruins your flow.
Plywood has a lot of ammo, so that he's got that going for him. Even though Aerlien finished first, Aerlien's shorter on ammo. Oh, Plywood's still getting.
Plywood's still getting beat up. It's okay. There's still plenty of run left and lasers to deal with. Who knows what'll happen? Alright, I guess I'll touch on briefly this interesting mechanic with the elevators. There's like more or less a random chance when you press the elevator button whether or not it'll come down in an instant or take a couple button presses for it to come down after a few seconds.
Right. There's a 1 out of 8 chance that you'll get the fast elevator.
Dang, 1 out of 8.
Yeah, or you'll just get slow elevator that's like 2 seconds slower.
Yeah.
So both these runners are going to use the blow yourself through the wall strat.
You know, normal mode when you got rations and not much of a concern for your health, you might as well just blast yourself through the walls instead of trying to be safe. Unless, of course, you wasted your rations, but so far it doesn't seem to be a concern right now.
Because
here we go with Ocelot.
Yeah, the inclusion of first-person view mode in this game makes this fight very easy. You can just aim for his head and shoot him.
Yeah, that's one of the few fights in this game that was made significantly easier with the new MGS2 mechanics. There's 3 shots in the dome with the M9.
Oh, Plywood missed a shot, but he got quickly recovered.
At least it's not the extreme mode with the optimal route. That would have been a bad thing.
Okay, yeah, now we're up to the infamous laser hallway that's coming up.
Yeah, after this call with Merrill, he's gonna leave the room, go back up to the tank hangar, and there's a hallway with a bunch of lasers in it. And if you trip one, then it's game over. And there's a few ways to get through it. Shoot out some of the sensors, roll through half of them, shoot out the sensors, or do the most YOLO movement strat to get through all of them in one roll, which is risky, but is extremely consistent as well if you're good at it. So we'll see if we'll see what happens.
I feel like Aerlien's gonna go for the YOLO, roll through all the lasers without shooting any strat. And
he's got a cell come out.
Right.
I'm wondering if he's still going to do it, or if he's just bringing it out for the sake of, the tank. Might be for the tank. He might still go for it, though.
So, in the last race, Aerlien messed up this laser hallway like 5 times.
Yeah, put him at a massive deficit. Oh, yep, he made it. He got it.
He made it. He didn't have to shoot any of the... he just did the fastest method.
Alright, let's see what Plywood does. Is he going to take a safe way, or... I don't think he'll go for it. I think he's going to go safe. Yeah, he's going safe.
Yeah, Plywood opting for the shootout method. Roll through the first 3, shoot the last... or roll through the first 2 and shoot the last 3. Only 2 seconds slower if you're good at shooting.
Yeah. So here we are at the tank. A very infamous boss at being technical and touchy, yeah, no matter what category you run it on. So on normal mode, he's going to try for just standing in this position and shooting the gunner in the head. But when you shoot the gunner in the head and where the tank is positioned and where you're positioned all really matter a lot here. And it's quite easy to get a bad cycle where the tank will want to drive around a lot. And so far, Aerlien's gunner 1 was perfect. He's going to go for a good gunner 2. And he missed the first shot post cutscene, so oh no, bud, I think you're gonna get the bad cycle here.
Oh, I think he did.
He got a bad cycle. So if you don't get the post cutscene shot, you should just shoot him once and then wait out a full cycle of bullets and then try for the double shot after.
Now he's moving again and it's very hard to shoot. Yeah, I think he forgot about this. It's been a while since he ran.
Yeah, this is what I mean with a bad cycle, but he got the last shot, so if Plywood has a good gunner too, he can make up some time here.
Sparty, the vent glitch from Metal Gear Solid 1 does not work on Twin Snakes, but there's a different vent glitch that Aerlien's going to do right now. And there, he just demonstrated it. It's clipping through the vent. But only in certain spots. You can't clip out of bounds.
Yeah, so the purpose of doing that glitch, that clip through the door, not only does it skip a codec, but it's also just faster movement period. So there's pretty much no reason not to do it. And you just want to make sure you prep a chaff grenade ahead of time so that when you throw it, the guy can spot you and he has no way to call for help. And it looks like Plywood had a good tank, so he made some time back on Aerlien.
Right, they're very
close to Aerlien, he did pick up the Nikita launcher for the good old gas hallway full of turrets.
So most likely both of them will get the generator in a single Nikita missile.
Yeah, if you don't let the missile fly after the second turn, it has a chance of getting shot down. If you're adjusting your direction too much, it'll slow down and the turrets have a big chance of shooting it down, wasting quite a big chunk of time. But Aerlien got a good turn, so he's pretty much safe.
Like, both these runners are very familiar with how to fly this Nikita missile. They're experts at this. But new runners usually have their missiles blowing up.
Yeah, even if you have a bad turn, you just want to let that missile fly anyway. It's much safer than just trying to adjust a bunch. Alright, so Aerlien's coming up on the ninja fight here, and I'm curious of which strat he's going to go for. Is he going to go for, do you think, the new one that you found?
Yeah, he's going to go for the new ninja strat. Both of these runners are... How well they execute is it is going to be the difference here, because it is more challenging than like the middle strat that we had for a while.
Oh, he got
Aerlien
punched off of that.
He
got
got a
punched
task.
again.
Does he remember? Okay, I think yeah, okay, he's doing it right.
Alright, looks like Plywood's doing it as well. So they both know the newest strat that saves quite a bit of time over the previous one.
So basically, you have to shoot him to keep him from progressing to phase 2, but only at specific times.
Yeah, the goal is to just loop phase 1 over and over again until his health is low enough to be finished in one hit for phase 2. Because he can't die during phase 1, so just keep looping it over and over again.
Aerlien missed the roll. He missed the roll.
Good.
He's gonna have to chase the ninja around now.
Oh no.
Aerlien's gonna lose a lot of time here.
I think when he might have to. Oh, he got him. I was about to say he might have to take out his SOCOM and spam bullets at him.
Plywood missed the roll as well.
No!
Oh no.
Okay, you didn't get far away from Plywood. That definitely gave Plywood more time to come back. It's very close to even at this point now.
Right. Usually the ninja isn't supposed to get away from you, but sometimes he just lands in a weird spot and you can't get to him in time, or you mess up the angle on your roll, and then he just starts running away.
Yeah, this game has kind of a habit of stuffing your rolls if you just happen to like touch an object or a piece of scenery with like the wrong angle. And I think Aerlien's case, he just rolled too early or something.
Right. So they're within 5 seconds of each other. The next fight that's coming up, the Mantis fight, could change the lead.
Yeah, if either one messes up, it could they could be the lead swap right there. Because Mantis coming up, I believe they're both going to be doing the lethal SOCOM strat where it's going to be just predicting where he's going to teleport to and then headshotting him as soon as he appears. And we kind of do a little bit of manipulation so we know where he's going to be most of the time, but if you're slightly off, he can appear in a different corner and ruin your day. So that could be a possibility of what might happen here. And let's see, Plywood opting not to grab any stun grenades in the door next, in one of the rooms following that hallway.
I think
I'm not sure if Aerlien got any.
Aerlien got stuns before he got the Nikita, the ones like north of the Nikita.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Plywood's probably gonna... Okay, yeah, I know what he's gonna do then.
He's gonna use the M9 most likely.
Yeah. So getting Meryl's attention, so she goes into the ladies' room. And unfortunately, we ourselves can't go in there. It's replaced by a cutscene. Oh well. And speaking of Meryl, throughout this run, we kind of abuse her a lot. It's for the sake of speed. Trust me.
They're not just doing it for other reasons. They're doing it because it's the fastest thing to do. They're gonna roll through Meryl here, hopping her out of the way.
Rolling through her at the start of this area, and then knocking her out, and then a few more instances after this fight too.
Right. The game requires you to knock her out there, so Aerlien just did that with the Nikita.
I'm surprised he went for the Nikita swing, because you would usually do like a punch roll with a gun equipped. Alright, so Aerlien's starting the Mantis fight. So what's going to happen is he's going to be in first person and hold R to shift his weight to the right, and that'll actually help you dodge an attack, and you get a good angle on his head. Here's the next teleport, headshot, here's the next teleport. Okay, he just shoots him out of the teleport with a body shot. And then sets him up in this spot and just shoots his right leg. Because for some reason his right leg is a weak spot, just like his head. Oh, and Plywood getting the phantom hit, that's not good.
Yeah, he got hit by that phantom hit.
But thankfully his health was low enough where it didn't really matter all that much. Oh no, Aerlien
shot the picture in the back.
Rip that photo, whoever that was. Was that Kojima?
Yeah, it was Kojima.
Oh man. So yeah, the standing on your tiptoes mechanic is pretty helpful for this fight too, because like for both of these phases here, you can just do a standing on your tiptoe quick headshot, and then Aerlien ran out of ammo.
Oh no! See, I mentioned that earlier in his garden cannon that he was low on ammo. This is gonna help Plywood catch up. Plywood's already done.
It's so close now.
They're within 1 second of each other.
Wow. Thing. That's kind of what happens when you either get unlucky with ammo drops, mismanage your ammo, or just mess up.
Aerlien took a tumble up the stairs. Now he's behind.
That's not good. Oh, but yep, doggo time, dog missiles. People who've watched this game knows what's coming up. These wolves in here, they're a much bigger problem than they are in MGS1. They're very, their attack hitboxes are gigantic, so it's very easy to just get hit by an attack you wouldn't see coming.
Here, normally Meryl speaks to you, but if you shoot Meryl and then roll into her, you can skip her dialogue.
Yeah. Oh no, Plywood messed it up.
Plywood was too late on the roll. And Meryl didn't get stunned, so he's gonna have to watch the entire cutscene.
Yeah, that's why we go for the shot roll through her. Although the safest thing is to like spam 2 or 3 shots, so that like you don't have to worry about trying to time your one shot very specifically. I think that's what Plywood tried to do. And then, of course, is running around the mines, because who needs to follow the path Meryl made. In the original, can't you just like go straight forward? Something like that.
I believe so.
Yeah, on this game they patched it by just adding a lot more mines. But at least we still have a cheese way around it. So Aerlien is still kind of low on ammo, and he's taking an interesting route through this cave. He rolled into the first dog, and he at least landed a shot on the second one.
Yeah, he has to conserve his ammo here.
3 times. Yeah, 3 bullets, that's not good, but I think we don't need any more after the 3rd visit through here.
He does need for the walkway later on, but he'll probably get ammo on the tower climb.
Yeah, probably.
So one of the changes in Twin Snakes is that you don't have to go all the way back to the first building to get a sniper rifle. There's a tranquilizer sniper rifle right here in the nuke building.
Yeah, you don't have to make as long of a trip back. Yep, right there, the PSG-1T Trank version. Has only 5 shots per mag, so it's less spammable, but I mean, you can still spam the shots really fast. You'll just have to reload really often. Alright, so Aerlien is coming up on Caves round 3, and so far, I believe he hasn't gotten hit, so he's doing alright so far, but every visit is a chance for something to go wrong. Well, he took the safe route that I like to take. Alright, good, he's got 1 bullet left. Alright, here's Plywood's visit. Oh no, Plywood got hit. That's not good. So we're here at Wolf 1. This fight is very RNG heavy. You definitely do not want her to hide. But at least if you aim a little bit below the rail, you can get like a consistent like aim for where she'll be. Like if she frequently does this crouching position and her head is always right below the rail. So if you just keep it below the rail at all times, you'll be ready for any time she crouches. Oh, okay. Aerlien still got her. That fight was kind of, I would say, below average RNG. She hit a couple times, then he was missing at the end. Wait, she's not treating either runner very nice. I think Plywood's RNG was a little bit better, but not by a whole lot. Alright, so what they're also doing here is they're setting up a menu trick for after they get their stuff back after the prison, where you want your PSG-1T to be on your previous, and then you roll into it. You roll into the trigger here with a weapon that you want to use as soon as you get your stuff back, and then you roll into the trigger, swapping your PSG-1T, so that the weapon you want to use later is on your second slot. So when you get your stuff back, you tap R so that it equips your previous, and that'll be the weapon that was on your second slot. It may sound confusing, but basically, PSG-1T on your first slot, second weapon on your second slot, get your stuff back, tap R, and you get your weapon equipped immediately with whatever's on second slot.
Right. I mean, the amount of work that's gone into this game to get like these little technical things that make like minor differences, but they're very complex and technical, just shows how optimized this game is.
Yeah. And speaking of optimized, we got a trick coming up here that I think only Aerlien's going to go for. I don't know if Plywood's going to go for it too, but there's a way to get your box of stuff back there really early before you're supposed to, and
Shut up in there, will ya?
you can definitely set up for a. There's a possibility for a cutscene skip later if you do get it, but it's very very precise with your angle of movement and when you roll, and you'll see what I mean if Aerlien goes for it.
Before that, they're just gonna knock on the wall here to keep Johnny from sneezing.
Hey.
It overwrites his sneeze code and plays his dialogue instead, which saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, like during this one visit to the prison, or during this first session here, it saves like 4 seconds. And as long as you don't mess up the next part where he opens the door, then you won't have to keep knocking to piss him off anymore.
Right. So after Johnny goes to the bathroom here, and Otacon gives you your stuff, you play dead for Johnny by spilling the ketchup and playing on top of it. After you leave the cell, you're supposed to go and you're supposed to knock Johnny out and pick up your stuff. That's the normal way of continuing the run. But there's a new skip that was discovered recently, where you roll for your items without knocking Johnny out. And it's very, very precise. But if Aerlien gets it, he'll go for it. That's why he's looking at that box and punching at it to mentally prepare himself. But if he gets it, he'll save 25 seconds. But if he doesn't get it, he'll lose 10 seconds. So it's a big gamble that's coming up. I don't know why he paused it. But there's a massive gamble coming up for Aerlien. So if he gets it, he saves 25 seconds. If he messes it up, he loses 10 seconds. So he has to make a really crazy roll. Frame perfect, pixel perfect for his items.
Yeah, it's pretty close to those two things right there. It's the most perfect thing that we have in this game so far, if you know what I mean. Alright, so he's going for it. Oh, he was right on it, dude.
He couldn't get it. He was right on top of it, but the game didn't give it to him.
So this is what happens when you fail it. You have to sit here and listen to Johnny have another accident.
Right, and that lost him 10 seconds.
Alright, Plywood's not going for it. So that brought him back a little bit. He's pretty much only a few seconds behind Aerlien now.
Right. That made them tied again. If Aerlien had gotten that, he was already 10 seconds ahead. He got another 25 seconds. He probably would have had the race in the bag with 35 seconds. But now they're even again.
Yep, that's the risk for when it comes to some of these tricks. This one in particular, it's a 10-second loss if you mess it up, on top of being hard to begin with. Alright, so we got the canyon revisit. We don't have a tank this time, but now we have a bunch of guards, but it's pretty simple to go through. We just take a northwest sort of angle as soon as you pass the second rock.
Who's there?
And he's going to come into the nuke building and do the door clip one more time. For the same reason, faster movement and you're skipping a codec. Yeah, Johnny has a crippling Taco Bell addiction.
Yikes.
And it persists going into MGS4.
Who is that?
Taco Bell and Shadow Moses? Well, Maybe they got a lot of it beforehand, just prepared it. Who knows? Yeah, Roy, that's correct. If you do the door clip, and if you're anywhere at the door or past it on both visits, if you are on the floor at any point minus crouching, then yeah, you'll get the codec. It's like if you crawl in accident or if you get knocked on your ass, then yeah, you'll get a codec.
So this time the dogs are going to leave the runners alone because they have Cyber Rules handkerchief.
Yeah, the fourth visit through here is thankfully really easy. Nothing to worry about. So Aerlien has grenades out. And I believe he's gonna prepare for the first two guards that chase you during the tower climb.
Right, that's why he could afford to pick up fewer stuns earlier, because he's going to substitute one of the first stuns for a grenade.
Right. And that cutscene that he just rolled into, that's the cutscene that would have been skipped if he got his stuff early in the prison. Because for some reason, getting your stuff really early, the game thinks you're in an earlier state. So it like the immediate room after the prison wouldn't have any gun turrets, and that cutscene wouldn't exist. It's really strange, but he didn't get it, so no, he got the cutscene here.
Yeah, this codec call and the cutscene remembering Meryl before this, they're a combined 25 seconds that he would have saved.
Yep. So Plywood has chaff grenades out. I'm still curious about why.
I think he switches after the disc swap.
Okay, probably why. So yeah, disc swap happens really early in this game compared to the original. Happens right before the tower climb compared to, what was it, the blast furnace?
Right.
Right, so here we go. He's going to cook a grenade right before he turns the corner, throw it, and then he's going to touch the lasers. And the guards chasing him will get blown up by it as soon as he gets control again. Okay, yeah, Plywood did the same thing.
Right.
And here's where they're going to be doing different strats. Yeah, Plywood's using the M9 here, whereas the optimal way is to time your stun grenades with when you cook them and when you throw them for the guys up ahead. The safest thing is to just use your M9 and, I don't know, maybe have rations out, but the fastest thing to do is just throw stun grenades ahead of time, try and knock them out. Plywood, Aerlien didn't get a good throw here, so the first guy shot at him, but he knocked out the second guy.
Right. Every guard you fail to knock down loses you maybe 1 or 2 seconds.
Oh man, Aerlien got a late spawning guard. Those are always really annoying to deal with.
The curious thing about this tower climb is like nobody's ever done a perfect climb, as far as we can tell. Although people have done like individual segments perfectly.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, I've done like 1 or 2 hit lists, but I would tumble on accident. So it's no one has yet to go up through this tower, knocking out all the guards with every stun grenade possible, and not fall over either.
Right. Even though we know it's doable. Right.
Because those guards have very good aim. They're kind of known for sniping us way ahead of time. They got better aim than friggin' Sniper Wolf. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
So I think Plywood caught up a tiny bit further, as Aerlien had a bit of a messy tower climb with his stun grenades. One blew up in his hand, and he had a late spawner and all these other little things. It's a very close race.
They're still within 5 seconds of each other.
Yeah. So using the rope here, gonna descend down a wall, and they're gonna. I'm not sure what Plywood's gonna do specifically, but I know that Aerlien is likely gonna go for the girder glitch at the bottom, where you kind of wedge yourself underneath one of the diagonal girders, and it just kind of zips you downward. Plywood might go for it too, but I don't remember what he's been doing as of late. Oh, is Aerlien gonna avoid the steam hit? Oh, he avoided it. So Aerlien got lucky with the steam. Yep, and there's the girder glitch. So Plywood got hit, and looks like Plywood's also just gonna opt to just run down the girder instead of setting up the glitch. Alright, so Aerlien's gonna try to snipe one of these guys at the end of the catwalk. Oh, he's missing. He landed one. So what you want to do is headshot one of them. They're all gonna run away. Then you cook a stun grenade and throw it right before they come back, and it knocks them out.
Plywood instead chose the tranquilizer route.
Yeah. That's the safest thing you can do, and it's not that much slower either, as long as your aim is good. And with how long Aerlien took to snipe the first guy, he keeps giving Plywood chances to come back, and he keeps making it close.
Right.
So going down the tower and going back up. At the end of each set of stairs, you want to roll towards the top, because you move slower while climbing stairs, but your roll is like a big burst of movement that just makes it a lot faster than just running all the way up each set. Aerlien's on the race. We'll see what happens.
Right. The fight with the Hind D is gonna determine the lead, most likely, because it can vary a lot. It can be as much as a whole minute of difference.
Yeah, the Hind fight coming up has a lot of RNG on it. And between normal and extreme, on normal it's even worse to deal with, not as far as surviving or beating it goes, but in terms of just speed, because the Hind moves way slower on normal compared to extreme, so the second half of the fight where it likes to hide down low, it flies around much slower as well, so every cycle spent down low is always slower on normal. So if you get unlucky, then it wastes a lot more time than it would on extreme. So that this fight is going to either stretch Aerlien's lead, or keep them around the same, or it could swing the lead over in Plywood's favor.
Right. It's wide open right now. It can go either way.
Yeah, the RNG and the execution on phase 1 and the RNG on phase 2 is really going to determine who's ahead here. So starting the fight, you just want to like shoot a stinger and then prepare yourself for where he's going to fly. He's usually going to fly to the opposite corner. So he's on this corner, he should look around and he'll be flying towards the other corner. One side to the other, one corner to the other, most of the time. And, oof. Aerlien's kind of messing up his missiles. He's messing up his missiles.
He is not hitting his time. He shoots 4 times.
The missiles in this game from the Stinger are, I would say, worse than they are in MGS2. They do not fly very far before they blow up if you fired before you locked onto your target. If you locked onto your target, the missiles will fly very far, but if you shot before locking on, they do not last very long at all. Oh no, Aerlien lost his target. I think Plywood's gonna already fly ahead of Aerlien here before phase 2 even begins.
Yeah, Aerlien had some trouble hitting the Hind. Yeah, Plywood's in phase 2 already.
Yeah, that's the reason why you always want to lock on unless the Hind is already really close to you. Always lock on first. Alright, so here's the RNG portion. Let's see what happens. Plywood's got some extra hits on him before he went down, so... Or I think they're tied at this point. I think Aerlien got a bunch more hits on him.
No, the Hind is hiding for a long time for Plywood.
Oh boy.
Lucky.
Oh, Plywood didn't get the double hit. Okay, so Aerlien's a little bit ahead here, but we have one more cycle left for him at the minimum. Oh no, I think we got 2 more cycles left for Aerlien no matter what happens.
Hind is just
Hind is being so mean to both of them right now, not gonna lie.
That was like the maximum amount of time you can hide anything.
Alright, so Aerlien has 1 more cycle left on Hind, and if Plywood lands the double hit cycle on this next phase. On this next cycle.
Plywood is not happy at this time because look how he's spamming the first person view thing. Clearly frustrated.
Alright, Plywood, get this hit, please. Okay. Alright, he's not too far behind. He can still catch up in this race. Hind was very mean to both of them, but slightly more mean to Plywood.
Plywood's tempted to shoot the ground and kill himself.
I wouldn't blame him, to be honest. He's got rations, it's fine. Okay, so that boss is passed. It was mean to both, but slightly more mean to Plywood. But we still got Wolf 2 coming up that can further decide what happens. But before then, we got this tower descent where you want to just time your grenades and throw them at the turrets on the way down. If you've seen the MGS1 run, it's pretty much the same thing, same concept. You just cook your grenades at one point and throw them at the next, and it's consistent all the way down. Oof, Aerlien messing up on the first one. He had to take a tumble and he got shot.
Right, if you mess up the blowing up the cameras, then you have to take a shot and you lose a second or so.
Oh, Aerlien forgot when you cook and throw grenades, he's getting shot a bunch. That's not good. Plywood's on point with it though. Did they even up? What floor is I on? I think Aerlien's ahead of like one floor. Yeah, Aerlien's one floor ahead.
Oh, he blew himself up! What is he doing? He blew himself up.
He's throwing the race. What are you doing, bud? Plywood's like half a floor behind you, man. Alright, so it looks like Aerlien got the fourth of all four sets of turrets correct. And he took a tumble for what reason, I don't know. So now they're basically even again. Aerlien, what are you doing? This is so silly.
They're literally within 1 second of each other. You can tell they're synced up. They're synchronized.
Yeah, pretty close. So early in the game, they picked up 4 C4s, but only used 3. Well, here's the use for the 4th one. You just put one down for these 4 guys, blow it up, yourself included, and they're all dead. Easy peasy. We've had other strats for this elevator fight as well, where like we would pull out the stinger launcher and just spin around and shoot them, but the quickest thing to do is to just use your extra C4. Alright, so Wolf 2 coming right up. Another RNG heavy fight. We'll see if she likes hugging those trees or if she feels like running around. If she spawns on the left side, it's much more likely that she'll want to hide behind trees a lot, but she can definitely give you bad RNG on the right side as well.
So both these runners are going to stand on the ammo box, so when it respawns, they can instantly grab it, so they don't have to worry about running out of ammo. They can just spam shots at her. It's all about how long she hides and where she spawns.
Yeah, and while she's running around, like, the elevation changes very slightly, and you gotta lead your shot a little bit to varying degrees. And looks like she's hiding for both of them. Alright, what way is she gonna go for Aerlien? Going left, but she's attacking, so that's good. But she's going right, that's good for him. So that's good RNG for Aerlien. What's Plywood get? Oh, she's going left, that's not good. And hiding behind a tree. Aerlien's got some really good RNG here. Oh, Plywood, you gotta land those headshots, man. Alright, Aerlien's fight's already over.
Plywood's having a bad fight.
Yeah, not only is it kind of bad RNG, but he's also landing a lot of shots on her shoulder, not her head. That's not good for the race here. He's gonna have to hope at this point that Aerlien makes a lot of mistakes, because at this point there's very little RNG left.
Yeah, scope in, scope out. Clear sign of frustration.
Yeah, for sure. Oof, that's kind of a large deficit here. We're gonna have to hope for maybe a death from Aerlien, who knows? Or a really bad liquid fight.
Yeah, this is the kind of deficit that's hard to close.
Yeah, especially if a runner is consistent, but so far in this race, I'm not sure if consistent is the word I would use. So, Furnace, abusing MGS2 mechanics, drop down, easy peasy, no dealing with any cranes. Picking up some stinger ammo along the way. So this elevator fight's pretty cool. You got 3 guys, and you kind of want to shoot 2 of them, and then do a quick turnaround to shoot the guy behind you last.
Wow, that was amazing from there.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
That's probably the fastest I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. That was really good. Because like what happens is, especially if you're in third person, if you have a weapon out, like while you're trying to, like you're holding your weapon to shoot a bullet, but if you press B first, it'll lock onto a target. But since there's a target behind you, Snake will swing around real fast, and you get you a good angle. So see how Plywood goes. Pressing B to switch, and then let go first person. Press B again to switch. He got shot though, so it was a little bit slower than Aerlien's. You'll take guaranteed, I think, 2 hits, but you can, if you're fast enough, you won't get hit a 3rd time. And the strat even carries over to extreme with the M9 as well. It's pretty cool.
So with Vulcan Raven coming up, the fight is really easy. You just stand in his face and shoot stinger missiles at him. But for races, since races are timed using real time, they're going to use a lag reduction strat, and they're going to look away from Raven while shooting him, because the stinger missile's explosion causes lag. So that's a strat you only see in races ever, because normally this game is timed using in-game time. There's no need for lag reduction.
Yeah. No need for lag reduction, but in a race, definitely want to save those real-time seconds. Aerlien is doing the look-up strategy. I personally look down, but I don't think it matters a whole lot. Alright, mostly clean fight from Aerlien. The reason why he switches to the SOCOM at the very end for the final shot is because he wants to use the SOCOM for the guards and then the following rooms coming up. Because the fastest way to get through those next rooms is to actually just shoot them down while you're running, or shoot them down at specific times. Getting a shot in extra time for Plywood. Other than that, it was a good fight.
There's someone else here. Send backup.
Alright, good job from Aerlien going through that room, no hits. It's pretty easy to get shot by that camera while you're getting that stinger ammo right there. Sit back up ASAP. He sounds so whiny. Alright, so here's the other reason why you want the SOCOM here. You got 2 soldiers to deal with, and you kind of want them to fall off the rails. So for the first guy, you want to shoot him when he gets to his stopping point, and he should fall off, and you have no body to worry about, like, trying to walk over. And then the next one, I think Aerlien's going to do running shots at him, and at that point it's kind of RNG where his body's going to fall, but the safer strat would be to just do a quick first-person shot on him, and he'll fall over guaranteed.
Right. The idea is to take their bodies off the map when they fall off the rail, because Snake usually has trouble crossing over bodies.
Yeah, he moves either really slowly or you have to roll over them. That's not good body placement for Aerlien. You might have to step over them or roll over him. Alright, so Aerlien's coming up on the infamous drop that has killed many runs. So normally, in the original game, you would just make your way all the way back down to the bottom because you lost your card key and a rat ate it. But in Twin Snakes, with the hanging mechanics from MGS2, you can actually drop all the way down to the bottom as long as you grab like this little pipe or rope or whatever is on the way down. And he got it.
So
if you press grab at the wrong time, you'll literally just die. Period. Oh no,
where's
the rat! Oh, he started moving too soon and scared the rat.
Oh,
thankfully, the rat's positioning is always consistent, so it'll always be in that corner. where he was trying to go at first, and if you mess up there, he'll usually be up here in this top left area, but Aerlien's trying to shoot him, and his rat's hitbox is so tiny.
This is why it was chance to catch up.
Yeah, on top of taking a while to kill the rat and the rat being up that far, it could very well even right back out. Alright, let's see what happens with Plywood. He scared the rat too!
As well. Oh no, Plywood, that was your chance.
Guys, this is why I don't do this strat. I'm not gonna risk saving 1 second to scare the rat away. That was Plywood's chance.
That's not a race strat for sure.
That's a YOLO world record strat, not a race strat. Well, at this point, it's gonna come down to how good or how bad Aerlien's Rex and Liquid fights are if Plywood wants a chance to come back.
Plywood firing random shots while running back, another sign of frustration.
I can feel it, man. I can feel his frustration in anyone playing. So, in Twin Snakes, they changed something important that I think is a good improvement. So, in the original game, you would go into like the warehouse and the furnace to change the temperature of the card for the computers, and you still can do that in this game, but I'd rather not do that sitting around with my thumb on my butt. So what they instead added was these 2 pipes over here they have to hang and drop down to, and you shoot the pipe and it'll instantly change your key to that color. So he shot the blue pipe and now he has a blue key. Doesn't even have to leave the room.
The blue pipe is supposed to be liquid nitrogen, which is really cold, and the red pipe is supposed to be steam. So you can use those to cool and warm the key.
Yeah, pretty much. No need to leave the room. No need to sit around for a couple minutes. No need for backtracking. At least not as much. So that was the blue key. Aerlien's gonna go back and do the same thing and shoot the red pipe.
I thought it because he's a super soldier. He has the soldier genes that let him deal with liquid nitrogen in his face.
Yeah, that tickles. Man, just thinking on it, Plywood had chances to take the lead and hold the lead, but got unlucky and they made some mistakes that Aerlien also made, funny enough. Oh yeah, Caleb Hart has ran this game before, but it's been a very long time and his run is really outdated. But back then it used to be the normal mode record, maybe? It was a solid time back then.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it was a time that was never submitted anywhere. Easy's 101.24. That was faster than Caleb's time. But this is ancient history, so no one really knows for sure.
Yeah. And Plywood got the third-person shot on the red pipe, it looks like.
So the fight that's coming up afterwards, Rex, should be the same for both runners. It's a very simple fight without much tricks or execution. But the fist fight with Liquid has a trick that could change this race still.
Yeah, there's still potential during Liquid. Oh, there's a neat little time saver after you put in the 3 keys. If you hold the codec buttons right after this, then you'll be able to bring up your codec and call Otacon before you have to actually see Snake with the exclamation point above his head.
Right.
Not sure how much time it saves, but it's a free saver. It's pretty cool.
Right. He asks Otacon to open the door before the door even closes.
Yeah. Alright, so we're beginning the Rex fight. So there's a few ways you can go about it, but the simplest thing you can do is to just stand in one spot and just shoot your missiles at the radome and Let's see, that's what Aerlien's gonna go for. It's possible to barely mess up your position and the missiles can still hit you, but it's a little more lenient than you think. Yeah, Aerlien's in a good enough position where that's not a concern.
So in order for Plywood to come back, he needs to have the perfect liquid fight, and for Aerlien to have a below average liquid fight.
I can't do it.
Yeah, we're looking at two extremes here to swing the lead.
Good. I can't do it after Zanzibar land.
So Rex Phase 2 coming up. As simple as it is to pull off, it's also just as simple, just as easy to mess it up.
I can't.
So like if you, at the very start, you want to just don't move, period, and you just sit there and shoot liquid in the face. But if you shoot, say, the laser cannon on accident instead of liquid himself, or if you barely move your position at all on accident, then you have to play the fight completely differently. Alright, so it looks like Aerlien has nothing to worry about. You got the very start correct and he's not moving, so he should be good. There you are. Alright, good Rex fight from Aerlien. Then we're going to see what Plywood does, and then we're going to see how Aerlien's liquid fight is. Although Aerlien's going to start the liquid fight like right now. So at the start of the fight, he's going to go for a trick we call the lottery roll, where you pretty much lure liquid to a corner, and you do a very precise roll, and it has the potential to take out like roughly half his health. But it's very, very precise. Oh, he got a baby one there. But you can set it up again, and maybe even a third time. Oh, Aerlien got a good one. That's what we call the lottery roll right there. I think unless Aerlien screws up hardcore, I think Plywood has no chance of coming back at this point.
It's going to take a miracle for Plywood to come back.
Yeah. So the liquid fight is in 3 phases normally. First phase is where he's like running around a lot. But that's the first third of his health. Then the second third of his health, he's being much more aggressive, being like dodgy and hitting you with like this barging move. It's annoying to deal with. And then the third phase, it's pretty much phase 2's AI. But then if you hit him with the punch kick combo, ending with the kick or roll into him, then he'll fall over. So you just have to do a punch, wait for his iframes, and then punch, just punch loop over and over again.
Okay, Plywood does not get the lottery roll, so he's gonna have to fight the entirety of phase 2 the regular way.
Yeah. Aside from the lottery roll, your fastest DPS is a punch roll, and the rolls can be a little bit finicky because you can fall off and hang, or miss the roll, because Liquid's hitbox is very strange. But his phase 2 went well enough.
Yeah, in the chat, Aerlien is alluding to his disk read error from the last race, where his disk would freeze up during the escape sequence.
Yeah, he did have disk problems last race, didn't he?
He did.
So, if we're including technical problems, the race technically isn't over yet.
Right. If without technical problems, the race would be over. There's really no way for Aerlien to lose enough time for Plywood to catch up. But with technical issues like this speed error, Plywood still has a chance.
He has a slim chance. Never know what could happen. Because Aerlien has kind of a history of running this game and having a disk read error, especially on this last portion of the run. So the very, very, very final fight with Liquid. It doesn't have a health bar. This has very weird phases and transitions. It's a really awkward fight. But just shoot him whenever he's vulnerable. It's just his iframes are very strange. They kind of last a lot longer than you think. Especially when you're transitioning between phases of the fight. He can still land very annoying hits on you. And I believe it plays nearly the same exact way as the fight does in MGS1, so maybe what am I saying? Who knows? Who cares about maybe? I know that Plywood's MGS1 skill can help out, but at this point, it's not gonna matter.
It certainly does, but you can't overcome like RNG and massive execution error.
Yeah, for sure. So that's GG for Aerlien. He won the race. We usually stop RTA on the screen fade, but I believe for races, the timer stops at, I think, when either credits start or at score screen. I'm not sure when.
Right. I don't want to jinx it, but the discrete error is still a threat that's present for Aerlien before the final score screen shows up.
So as far as the usual RTA is concerned, that was a sub 1 hour run. And it looks like Plywood should be getting a sub 1 hour as well.
Wow.
Aerlien's saying that was his best Jeep ever. Nice. I want to ask him what the time was on that Jeep. Alright, and that's GG for Plywood. With an RTA of what looked like 59, 41, or 42. Both runs were sub 1 hour as far as where we usually stop the timer, so that's pretty good. Pretty solid. So GG's. That was an interesting race to watch. So it looks like we're gonna possibly bring Aerlien in here to have him talk to us about what went on.
Oh jeez.
Hey, Aerlien, you there, bud? He's on deafen, so I'm not sure if he knows that he's in here. I'm gonna let him know.
Hello.
Yo, what's going on? So, that race, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Dude, it was close to that, like, the whole entire thing, basically.
Yeah.
Up until, oh man, like, Sniper Wolf 2?
Yeah, the RNG kind of threw the lead in your favor.
Good lord, that was way better than the previous two.
Right.
Yeah,
If only Plywood had.
I believe that's 2-1 so far as races go.
I guess so. I mean, doesn't really matter who won. It was just finally something that went alright. Didn't die 5 times in the laser section, and didn't get screwed over by guards and stuff. So thankfully, we were just able to give it a good show.
Yeah, for sure. That was a funny race to watch, especially where like you guys were really close, and then you would spaghetti something, and Plywood would just keep inching closer, and then Wolf 2 happened, and then funny enough, you guys both made the same mistake on the rat, and you guys both had to chase the rat to the other corner. I was thinking, you know what? Yeah, that happened to both you guys. You guys went for the same strat. The rat got away to the corner. You guys both had to go over there and shoot it. Like when you had that happen at first, I was like, you know what? That's Plywood's chance to come back, and he made the same mistake.
That's not even worth it.
When you were going down the stairs, what happened? You were like blowing yourself up all the way.
Dude, I forgot. When we throw that thing, I was like, odd, even. Oh, I'm exploding now.
Wow.
I totally forgot my cues there. That's like one thing I didn't go over at all before the race.
Oh man. So Plywood, GG's on that race. Well, do you got anything interesting to say about it? Because it was definitely interesting for us to watch.
I thought my ninja was pretty good until I missed the final attack.
Oh, you guys both did that. You guys both did a lot of similar things.
Nice. Aerlien, did you get a caution in the docks?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
I was smoking. Like
We were smoking though. Okay, great.
Yeah, I gotta ask, did you guys agree to just do like smoking in the
Yes.
docks?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. We saw you guys equip cigarettes. We're like, wait, are they doing a black lung challenge for a race or something? What's going on here?
Total debate. Yep.
Yeah, we got debated.
I'm glad I got the merry-go-round because it's been a while.
Ooh.
I think the reason why I messed up the rat there is I threw just a little bit too early. Because that should be like 100% consistent.
Yeah.
But I think I threw just like a little bit too early, and then the grenade didn't explode in time.
Yeah, you guys both made that same mistake.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only really annoying part of the run for me was Wolf 2. And the Hind.
Yeah.
Hind gave me pretty bad luck, but I was like, oh, whatever, as long as I executed Wolf 2 and that I just kept on getting those shoulder shots when I needed the headshots.
Yeah.
But I thought it was I feel much better about this race than the last race.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely for Aerlien. No laser incidents.
No laser incidents. I think both of us played pretty well, given that like most of my issues were around luck and then just some silly like rusty mistakes of forgetting how to do menus properly. So I'm pretty happy with that. Anytime I get a sub hour, I'm like, all right, you know, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, for sure. It was still a solid run minus the RNG. And you know, the Hind was bad to both of you guys. It was sad to see. Hiding a lot.
Yeah, it's the cruelty of Hind on normal.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think as far as the most RNG heavy boss fights went, like Wolf 1, Wolf 2, and Hind, I think all three fights besides Wolf 2 for Aerlien were all bad. That's what it looks like to me. Like Wolf 1 was kind of being iffy to both you guys, Hind was being mean, and then Wolf 2 is mean to Plywood.
Yeah, that running out of ammo RNG on Mantis was pretty mediocre as well.
Oh yeah,
you
I
ran
remember
out of
that too.
ammo.
Yeah, at the very end.
I had 2 shots left.
That's why I pick up extra ammo in races, just in case stupid stuff happens.
Yeah.
But I get it, man. You got to go for those seconds saved. I'm glad I've remembered to pick up chaff, or didn't throw away my chaff after the Nikita for RTA strats on Tower B.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that both you guys went for a Raven lag reduction.
Of course.
Of course.
See?
Of course.
You know what we're gonna do. We're real memers. We smoke cigarettes in docks. All right. So
smoke cigarettes on docks, get cautions. Among many other things, watching Johnny poop himself trying to grab your stuff.
Man, I was like,
so
aw.
close.
It was
You were so close,
it was
dude.
as close as last time.
It was close enough for like another step would have got it.
Yo,
Alright, looks like Aerlien got a
his
56-36.
His PB for racing. Well done.
Alright.
GG's. Alright, then we're gonna see what time Plywood got, and then we'll be switching on over to what's next on the schedule. I don't have it open.
Believe we're coming up on Peace Walker, yes, by Mini Omega King, first ending.
Alright. Yes, sir. No, sir.
What should I do about the loser?
They're still up at matches if we're not counting the last, or if we are counting the last one.
It's true.
we gotta keep score for as long as possible.
57-47.
Alright, 57. Nice. Still a really solid time. You always want to go for a good sub 1 hour on normal. It's the first major goal that most runners should go for.
How do we both? That time is. These times are very similar. 57:47, 56:36. I don't know.
Interesting how that works.
I feel like too many coincidences happened during this race. Now I'm uncomfortable.
File.
A lot of
File
similar
scene.
things happen. Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun race to watch, guys. GG's.
That's a good game,
Yeah,
Aerlien.
definitely. Same to you,
Thanks for
bud.
playing.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for commentating, Blue and Furry. Always
Yeah,
a
for
treat.
sure, it was fun to commentate, fun to watch. So you guys, that was Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes ending, not ending, Twin Snakes
Yeah.
on normal between Plywood and Aerlien. GG's, fun race. So next we got Peace Walker by Mini Omega King. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for the next game.